All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger, it's impossible, but calculating risk and acting decisively. Make mistakes of ambition and not mistakes of sloth. Develop the strength to do bold things, not the strength to suffer. Men are so simple of mind, and so much dominated by their immediate needs, that a deceitful man will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived. Rome remained free for 400 years and Sparta 800, although their citizens were armed all that time, but many other states that have been disarmed have lost their liberties in less than 40 years. Never do an enemy a small injury. One of the great secrets of the day is to know how to take possession of popular prejudices and passions, in such a way as to introduce a confusion of principles which makes impossible all understanding between those who speak the same language and have the same interests. I desire to go to hell and not to heaven. In the former I shall enjoy the company of popes, kings and princes, while in the latter are only beggars, monks and apostles. Because there are three classes of intellects, one which comprehends by itself, another which appreciates what others comprehend, and a third which neither comprehends by itself nor by the showing of others. The first is the most excellent, the second is good, the third is useless. How one lives is so far distant from how one ought to live, that he who neglects what is done for what ought to be done, sooner effects his ruin than his preservation. And there is nothing wastes so rapidly as liberality, for even whilst you exercise it you lose the power to do so. The people do not wish to be ruled nor oppressed by the nobles, and the nobles wish to rule and oppress the people. A wise prince ought to, never in peaceful times stand idle, but increase his resources with industry in such a way that they may be available to him in adversity. The older one gets, the more convinced one becomes that His Majesty King Chance does 3/4 of the business of this miserable universe. Prudence consists in knowing how to distinguish the character of troubles, and for choice to take the lesser evil. One who becomes a prince through the favor of the people ought to keep them friendly, and this he can easily do, seeing they only ask not to be oppressed by him. Friendships that are obtained by payments, and not by greatness or nobility of mind, may indeed be earned, but they are not secured. You can satisfy the people, for their object is more righteous than that of the nobles, the latter wishing to oppress, while the former only desire not to be oppressed. This is to be asserted in general of men, that they are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous. It is the nature of men to be bound by the benefits they confer as much as by those they receive.